Alexa, what time is it?
It's 2:10 p.m.
Hi everyone. So I'm just going to show you all how to dry out your reclaimed clay. Because at every point in a potter's journey, you're gonna have fresh new bags that's gonna be great to throw, and they're gonna come nice and no air bubbles, everything's mixed. But then eventually you're gonna get like bags like these, where you got some that are semi-solid, but still a little squishy. And then you're gonna have some like I have right here, which is super gooey, because this is where I take everything from my throw bucket and I kind of scoop through the bottom and all the clay that settles, and I'm like, that's good clay. And then I have my trimmings and I just mix it all together into a bag. So eventually this needs to dry out. And then eventually you get super lazy and you're just gonna start throwing your clay trimmings and your old water, because do not throw it down the sink. You gotta have a system for that. But all that old water that still has some clay in it but it's not chunky, where are you gonna put it? You're gonna put it into a 5-gallon bucket, and then it's gonna sit, and then it's gonna look real nasty. Here's a picture right here. So what I'm gonna do is that I have mixed up some of my reclaimed clay, because I need to start putting some from my throwing buckets and my cleaning buckets into a reclaimed bucket. But it's pretty full right now, and it's super goopy. And I have some that I already kind of dried out right here. This is egg, so it's nice and dark. It's a mix of all sorts of different clay, but I need to get the other bucket down to a more reasonable or more manageable amount. So what are you gonna do? Okay, so you're gonna need to get some canvas, or some people like to do some plaster, make your own plaster. What I like is these bath mats. Now, these bath mats are actually like made up of like fossilized rock. I think they use it a lot in Japan, I believe. And it is super absorbent. And I saw that and it was like $20 on Amazon. I'm like, yes, this is light. It doesn't take up a lot of space, and it's gonna work. And sometimes it works too well. So I have some dry pieces here. And the best way to do this is just to use your hand and dump it on. So here we go. Time is, Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 9:29 a.m. Enjoy your morning, Emily.
Thank you. All right, 9:20 a.m. So I'm gonna come check this in a little bit, and then I'll ask Alexa what the time is again, so you can see. Okay, so it's nice and goopy, a little wet, real gross. Okay, we'll be back. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 12:04 p.m. Hope you have a good Monday.
Thank you. All right, so you can see like on the edges here, it's getting less. It's less watery. It's still a little bit bushy in the center here, especially right there. But now I'm just gonna take one of these things I got from Home Depot. I think it came in a pack. I have no idea how much they are. A couple dollars. And I'm just gonna scrape it and fold it over itself. Now everything's kind of flipped over. The squishy parts are facing down. The drier parts are facing up. Everything is good. And now I'm just flattening it out like I did before. So everything has a good chance of drying out. In a little while, this will be good to be mixed with what I have already here in this bag, and wedge it up, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 1:48 p.m.
Alright, so it's 1:40. A lot of this stuff is pretty much nice and solid here. Okay, it's not everything, but there are some of these parts here. So I do have another bag over here that I've been doing slowly, and then here what I have is the harder bits. Willow. I have these harder spots that I can just kind of flatten out with my hands and kind of make as a base for when I'm wedging, so the softer pieces can then attach to these, and then you wedge and wedge and wedge, and it all comes together. So I will be doing this, and I'm sure I'll probably speed this up because this is super boring. Alexa, play my audiobook.
Getting your selection from Audible. Resuming Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Book 5.
Some surprise.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do like a ram's head wedging, which technically there's so many different ways you could wedge. There's spiral wedge or this kind of wedge. I'm just going to keep working at this until it's one consistency as much as it can be. But how you're going to do that is you're going to get the clay, you're going to put your hands on either side of it, and you're going to push with your hands like this and push it away from you, and then use your fingertips to kind of walk it back and do the same. So push away, walk it back up, push down and away, down and away, and you do that enough times you can start seeing that it comes to like a ram's head, like it all comes up here. You can start to spin on the side here. And you do that, and then I flip it, and I just keep doing that over and over and over again until it feels like it's coming together. So I'll continue this, and you watch. Alright, so I have two large clumps that I have now wedged. And now I want to wedge these together. So I just cut off some pieces here, put it that there, and then here's my other one. And let's say, this one we'll put there. This one here. And then this final one back here. And then I got this, so I'll just break this up and spread it out amongst these. So these are manageable amounts to wedge. So here we go. Okay, so 3 large clumps. This clay I've been wedging. So let's cut this one in half. Take a look. And I think it looks pretty good. I mean, for reclaimed clay, it's gonna have some color variations a little bit. But as I work it and I decide how much I want to throw with, I re-wedge it again and again, and this is really soft clay. Like, I wouldn't go right into throwing with this. I would let this sit just for a little bit, so that way, you know, it really kind of comes together. But there you go.